Good morning, and please be seated. Welcome to the 94th graduation ceremony for Boise State University. We are absolutely delighted to see this incredible turnout. And for those of you in our audience today who are here to pay your respects and congratulate and celebrate the lives of our graduates, you should know you've broken the all-time record. We've never had this many people in this arena for this event. Congratulations. Now, of course, one of the reasons for that is that we've broken another record. We've broken a record on the floor. We've never had as many seats on this floor because today, 1,654 graduates are before you, over 200 more than last May. And before I go too far, let me acknowledge Jennifer Whittle on violin, Peggy Purdy on piano, the City of Boise Police Pipes and Drums, the Boise Police Honor Guard, and our own Boise State ROTC for that beautiful introduction to today's ceremony. Graduates, this is your day. Congratulations on reaching this important milestone in your lives. Today, we recognize the tremendous investment you've made in your lives that's going to take you down a very different path than the one you would have taken with narrower options after high school graduation. We know that your educational journey was not without its twists and its turns, oftentimes requiring you to defer the enjoyment of the moment for the moment of being here today, the long-run goal of being with us today and accepting your degree. Call it sacrifice, call it commitment, call it rigor, intellectual curiosity, discipline, tenacity. You dedicated yourself to the life of a mind. And today we celebrate your arrival among the less than 40% of Americans who hold a college degree. We also know that your educational journey is not over. We call it a commencement because in many ways it has just begun. We sincerely hope that this foundation of learning acquired here at Boise State ignites a passion for learning that will last you an entire lifetime. We understand, of course, that you have arrived at this juncture of your lives with a good deal of support from so many of your family and friends who were there for you in every way. So if I may, moms and dads, husbands and wives, brothers and sisters, children, grandparents, in-laws, aunts and uncles, significant friends, and canine companions, will you please stand so that graduates can show you the respect and the admiration they have for you? Please stand. Thank you for your help. Also, if I may, I would ask our graduates, who are the first in their families to receive a degree, to please rise so we can recognize you and congratulate your families for this important distinction. Look at that. All right. There is one particular aspect of this May 2014 graduation that is history in the making at Boise State University. If you look to the rear of me, you'll see an entire section right behind me that goes all the way up to the blue screen. On each side of that section are our faculty. But in the middle, going all the way up to that screen, are all of our graduate students who are receiving graduate degrees today. Absolutely. There was a time in recent history when those graduate students filled the first and maybe the second row down below me here today. Today, look at their numbers. And among them are 16 doctoral degree candidates, more than we've ever had at any commencement. It is indeed a momentous occasion for students who have toiled for years to reach the pinnacle of their academic fields, and I know you will join me in celebrating their incredible accomplishments. Doctoral programs are also the signature of a university of significant academic quality. This works to the advantage of all of our graduates today and over the years as they acknowledge their alma mater and the academic excellence it represents. Doctoral education is a key component to becoming a metropolitan research university of distinction. These programs boost our ability to pursue groundbreaking research. They offer invaluable resources for our community and industry partners, and they raise the quality of education at all levels of learning here at Boise State. Now, they also add considerable time to this program, so we better move right along if we're going to get out of here at a reasonable time. I knew you'd like that. We are really honored today to have two representatives from our Board of Trustees. Our board members, the Idaho State Board of Education, the members are appointed by the governor, volunteer their time to set policy for all public education in Idaho, including serving as trustees for Boise State University. I can report to you that the citizens of this state are indeed fortunate to have a board so deeply committed to the highest quality education for Idaho's colleges and universities. Today, we are pleased to be joined by Rod Lewis, who currently serves as board vice president, and Milford Terrell, a member and past president of the board. Both of these gentlemen have become dear friends, and there is no way that I can overstate their role as advisors to me in regard to the issues Boise State has faced over the years. But I want to add a word about one of them, Milford Terrell, who has announced his retirement from the board in June after serving 11 years as a valued and devoted trustee. As a proud alumnus of Boise State and former president of the Bronco Athletic Association, he has not only made a significant contribution to public higher education across the state of Idaho, but he has also been there for Boise State every step of the way. As I mentioned earlier, we are about to honor candidates for the doctoral degree. In some cases, the very first candidates in their respective fields to receive this degree at Boise State. Each of these new graduate degree programs required board leadership and approval, and Milford Terrell understood the importance of these graduate degrees to the overall quality of our academic mission, and he was a staunch advocate for each one of them. I want to thank Milford. I want to thank his wife, Grace, who is here with us today, publicly and personally for their years of devotion to this community, to the state of Idaho, and of course to Boise State University. Milford, we will miss you. We thank you for the critical role you have played in Boise State's success in recent years, and we ask for this one last time that you bring greetings from the board.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to have each one of you graduates, families, friends, But you know what? I'm not sure you're excited about this. Are you excited about what happened today? I can't hear you! All right, that's better. I thought maybe you weren't here yet. We're all dressed in black. It looks like a funeral. Instead, it's a celebration, right? I want to thank Dr. Custer for saying those nice words about me. But before I continue, I want to point out my wife, who has been behind me the whole way. Grace has been on a lot of time set aside so that I can do my community services. But I want her to know that I love her, I care for her, and I appreciate everything that she's done. Will you please stand? My wife, Grace. I remember when this was a junior college. That doesn't make me very old, okay? Don't go there. Don't even think about it. And the fact being is that the school, or the building that I went to school in, is now tore down and a football practice field. I'm glad they tore the building down, made a nice park and everything from around here. But you know, people remind me from throughout the state that I've graduated or am an alumni of Boise Junior College. I'm proud of that. I'm excited about that because guess what? I went through it when it was Boise College, Boise State College, Boise State University, and now Boise State Metropolitan Research University of Distinction. You know, J.R. Simplot was a great man. I used to talk to J.R. once in a while, and every now and then he'd bring out one of those potatoes that was about this big around. And he would talk about those potatoes and how big they were getting and how they were going to get even bigger. He had big dreams. Dr. Custer has big dreams for this university, and how big it's going to get, we don't know, but let's watch it grow. Every year I talk about a few kids. Today I have to talk about one of my own. I don't have to. I apologize for that. Eric Fieldstead is my son-in-law. That's my daughter. Eric has come a long ways. He started out being a police officer, putting his life on the line that we might be safe. Yes. Today he's graduating to work in the social field of helping veterans of the United States of America as they come back from war zones. Eric, we appreciate that, and we honor you today. If you don't recognize him, he's the one that's got the Mickey Mouse ears on him. I'm really proud. Malia, Vale, what a lady. That's what I used to say around the office. Where's Malia? She always hid. She's worked now out of that situation, having to work for me, and has gone on to her dream and her graduation today. Malia, If you'll recognize me when you come forward in line back somewhere, I'd be proud to give you and Eric your diplomas this morning. You know, Dr. Custer, we have ambassadors. I'm hurrying, Provost, I'm hurrying, okay? We have ambassadors who are students here. We have an individual who was recruited here by students, Alex Sykes. We're proud that you're here. We're proud that you came from California to the great state of Idaho and to Boise State University, and that you're going to graduate today. Eric Goffin, congratulations. Your mom is very proud of you, and we love the fact that you are graduating today. So while we congratulate you to reach this point, we're even more excited about what you will accomplish in the future. In this class, we can find tomorrow's governors, senators, inventors, leading citizens. Nothing prepares you for the future like a good education. As our 37th president said, you must never give up. You must remember that you have taken risks in order to achieve anything, and sometimes you will suffer defeat. But the mark of an individual is to recover from defeat and disappointment and go on and give it its best shot. Can you do that? Go Broncos!
Thank you so much, Mr. Terrell. And thank you, most importantly, for your service to higher education in the state of Idaho. It is with great pleasure that I also introduce the Boise State University Vice Presidents as well as the head of the Faculty Senate. Dr. Martin Schimpf, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Ms. Stacy Pearson, Vice President for Finance and Administration. Dr. Mark Rudin, Vice President for Research and Economic Development. Ms. Laura Simic, Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. Lisa Harris, Vice President for Student Affairs, and Dr. Stephen Crowley, Faculty Senate President. Please give them a hand. They do the work around here. Provost Schimpf will now introduce the academic deans of Boise State University. Dr. Schimpf.
Thank you, President Kestra. It is my honor to now introduce to you the academic deans of the university. Dr. Jack Pelton, Dean, Graduate College. Dr. Tony Rourke, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Amy Mall, Dean, College of Engineering. Dr. Tim Dunnigan, Dean, College of Health Sciences. Dr. Shelton Woods, Interim Dean, College of Social Sciences and Public Affairs. Professor Tracy Bicknell Holmes, Dean, University Libraries. Mr. Mark Wheeler, Dean, Extended Studies. And please welcome our newest Dean, Dr. Richard Osgathorpe, Dean, College of Education. Let me also take a moment to commend our faculty whose efforts guided these graduates to successful completion of their programs of study. Many of them are seated behind me, behind the stage, flanking the right and the left on both sides, and there are many others that are not present today who devoted their time and talents to the education of our students. Please join me in thanking our faculty. This occasion also serves as a time to recognize faculty members who are retiring, and this spring we have 14 faculty members who are entering retirement and who are being honored by their colleagues as emeriti faculty. If you were to add up the years of service for these 14 faculty members that they have provided to Boise State University and our students, it would total 352 years. 7 of the 14 are joining us here today and include Dr. Dwayne Barney, Professor, Department of Marketing and Finance with 28 years of service. Dr. Warren Barish, Research Professor, Department of Geosciences with 21 years of service. Dr. Gary McCain, Professor, Department of Marketing and Finance with 35 years of service. Dr. Celia Renner, Professor, Department of Accountancy, 12 years of service. Dr. David Matthey, Professor, Department of Music, 22 years of service. Dr. Richard Kinney, Professor, Department of Political Science, 38 years of service. And Dr. Ed McCluskey, Professor, Department of Communications, 33 years of service. The university wishes to express a special thank you to these individuals for their dedicated service to students, alumni, community, and university. Please join me in applauding the efforts of our emeriti faculty.
It is becoming customary for Boise State University to confer an honorary doctoral degree upon a deserving individual each spring during this ceremony. We are proud of this tradition and the significance it holds for all of us. An honorary doctorate is awarded to recognize an individual of outstanding accomplishment in scholarship, creativity, public service, education, and human welfare. Nominations for deserving individuals are reviewed by a committee comprised of faculty from each of our colleges. The faculty committee recommended this year's honoree, and I was thrilled to accept it, a most deserving candidate. Marilyn Schuler earned her bachelor's degree at the University of Utah and her master's degree in public administration at Boise State University. And I feel confident in saying that she truly exemplifies the very best of our Boise State alumni. Marilyn served as the director of the Idaho Human Rights Commission from 1978 to 1998, and as former Governor Cecil Andrus put it, she did more with the resources of a tiny agency and a tiny budget to advance the cause of human rights and individual dignity than anyone ever has in the state of Idaho. Marilyn co-founded, built, and promoted the Idaho Anne Frank Human Rights Memorial, is a founding board member of both Northwest Coalition Against Malicious Harassment and the Peaceful Settlements Foundation, and was a driving force behind the development of the Idaho Black History Museum. She has served on just about every human advocacy board in Boise, including the Casey Family Program, the Human Rights Education Center, the Boise YMCA, the United Way, the Boise Redevelopment Agency, Idaho Kids Count, and the Idaho Women's Charitable Foundation, to name a few. Marilyn helped establish public kindergartens in Idaho, and she encouraged the state to implement strong laws banning malicious harassment and paramilitary training. She helped create the Martin Luther King Jr. Idaho Human Rights Day and helped organize the Ada County Human Rights Task Force. Perhaps Ms. Schuler's friend, Boise YMCA Director Jim Everett, sums it up best. Marilyn Schuler is a saint, and I would add, a very busy saint. I am honored and humbled to present a doctorate of humane letters to a most deserving individual, Marilyn Schuler. Can we do this now? Congratulations, Marilyn.
I don't talk as loud as you do. Thank you, President Custra and Provost Schimpf. I'm very, very humbled to receive this degree. So often universities give this award to famous people, or those who have given enormous donations to the institution, or leaders in business and industry. I fit none of those categories. I'd like to believe that Boise State has chosen to make a statement that it values human rights. And through me is saluting all those who work in the trenches, hoping to make Idaho an even better place to live. I know that includes a large number of you. I'm sitting because I grew up before the development of the polio vaccine, and I contracted the disease when I was 10. It was almost eradicated worldwide, but now it's coming back because people are failing to get their children immunized with this life-saving vaccine. And so I'm making a shameless plug to you here. Please get your children vaccinated against polio. That warms my heart. But this is your day. There's 2,307 of you who have earned degrees. The day also belongs to your family and friends. None of us would be here without the support of others. I have 5 minutes to impart some wisdom, having lived nearly 3/4 of a century on this planet. And I get credit for being old. As I was reflecting on that, I thought about a book written by Robert Fulghum about 2 decades ago. It's titled, All I Really Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten. His advice includes things that are simple yet profound. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. And when you go out in the world, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. When you were in kindergarten, you may also have planted a seed in a little paper cup to see how it grew. Well, the roots grow down, and the plant grows up. The roots, it's easy to see how the seeds of knowledge have shot up exponentially. My spry 100-year-old aunt knew people alive when Abraham Lincoln was president. They lived without electricity, cars, vaccines, antibiotics, telephones. My head spins as I learn about the research that's going on today. It will significantly impact the lives of my grandchildren. Nanotechnology, genetic engineering, driverless car, robots, space travel. What is also changing, but not as fast as we would like, are the roots of those plants we grew in kindergarten. Our roots, how we treat others, the golden rule, equality, justice, civility. We have abolished slavery. Lynchings have stopped, but only 62 years ago. You can marry someone of another race in all 50 states, thanks to a Supreme Court decision only 42 years ago. We have repealed restrictive covenants in real estate. Reparations have been made to Japanese Americans interned during World War II. We've banned malicious harassment based on ethnicity. Job discrimination is illegal. The disabled are entitled to an education, and architectural barriers are coming down bit by bit. Thanks to a successful lawsuit, we've seen the Aryan Nations compound taken down and the land given to North Idaho College. We have told racists, Idaho's too great for hate. But we have to be vigilant, as we are in danger of losing ground. You know the hot topics in Idaho. Immigration reform is long overdue for our growing Hispanic population. More than 1 in 5 of our children in Idaho is growing up in poverty. Our average annual wage is 50th in the nation. The low high school graduation rates of American Indians and Hispanics must be turned around. We need prison reform. Our country is the world's leader in incarceration, and Idaho's nonviolent offenders serve prison sentences twice as long as the national average. And as a state, we need to think long and hard on why some are opposed to marriage equality. Let's finally add the words sexual and gender identity to the Idaho Human Rights Act. Paraphrasing my heroine, Eleanor Roosevelt, people are like tea bags. We don't really know how strong we are until we're in hot water. She also told us that we gain strength, courage, and confidence in every experience in which we stop and look fear in the face. We are able to say to ourselves, I've lived through this. I can take the next thing that comes along. We must do the things we think we cannot do. Congratulations to all of you. You now are among the 7% of the world's population with a college degree. You can make the world a better place. Take courage. Go out. Follow your passions. Do the things you fear you cannot do. Live your dreams, despite the bumps along the way. But remember, when you go out, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Marilyn. You also broke a record on applause after your remarks, and we're proud of that. Words to live by someone who has done just that. Thank you so much, Marilyn Schuler, for that wonderful speech. Featuring a student speaker at commencement is also an honored tradition at Boise State. For me and for most of those here on stage, our student speakers just leave us amazed and awed at the incredible depth and breadth of accomplishments and experience Boise State students can amass while pursuing an undergraduate degree. This year's speaker is no exception. Jamie Lundergreen is graduating today with a double major in psychology and Spanish. She has earned a spot on the Dean's List 6 times, leaves us today with a 3.95 GPA. She managed all of this while active outside the classroom as well. Jamie has been a member and ultimately president of the Honors Student Society. She was also elected to serve as Honors College Peer Mentor, where she acted as a resource for incoming honors students, and she helped facilitate classroom discussion and advising. She traveled to England and Spain as a part of a study abroad program and served as a global ambassador to international students visiting Boise State. If that isn't enough, she also volunteered her time at the Foothills School of Arts and Science, at North Junior High, and the English Language Center. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2014, I present one of your own, Jamie Lundergreen.
Thank you, President Custra. A few weeks ago, I was in a hot yoga class, which, if you've been to hot yoga, is a lot like the college final exams we just completed. The room is hot, everyone's sweating, someone's probably crying in the corner, but you'll feel much better when it's over. Anyway, I was in this hot yoga class, sweating bullets and twisting like a soggy pretzel, when I took a glance up at the challenge wall. The challenge wall is a place where the most dedicated and experienced students get a chance to impart their wisdom to the rest of us. It is filled with thanks and congratulations, random musings, and ideas and quotes from many great thinkers. We get that chance today to comment on the challenge wall of a university education. I imagine some of our comments might be the same shared experiences, like seeing this campus grow over the last few years with the addition of many new buildings, and most recently, the giant silver bee. Like remembering the excitement of the first few weeks of the fall semester, complete with freshmen wearing their bright orange lanyards all over campus. Like feeling joy at watching the Bronco gallop over the blue turf, and later watching the T-Dog faithfully fetch his prize after a kickoff. And like hearing those little children, perhaps some of them our own, marching on a rope through campus, chanting, "Boise!" Very good, very good. While some of these day-to-day experiences may have been the same, we are now responsible as individuals to make our own comments, encompassing where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. As poet Mary Oliver writes, "That is the big question, the one the world throws at you every morning. Here you are alive, would you like to make a comment?" This is no small task, but it is a question that we are answering each and every day. Sitting down to write this speech, I didn't even know where to begin or what comment to make. So what did I do? Like many college students, I procrastinated for quite some time. It felt daunting to try to represent this diverse class in just one speech, so I reached out to you. I hit the streets, well, the cyber streets of Facebook, and asked you to comment upon your greatest lessons learned at Boise State. From biology to engineering to Spanish and to theater arts and every discipline in between, I wanted to see what motivated you and what key lessons would be carried forward. So, class of 2014, here are your comments for our challenge wall. Number 1, do not let fear be your primary motivation. College was full of uncertainties. What will you study? What classes will you take? Where will you invest your time on campus? It is no wonder then that fears of failure, of wasted time, and of appearing too vulnerable often plagued us. We were balancing 101 commitments, and we didn't really know where our time and energy would take us. For me, facing my fears meant studying abroad in Spain, where I was thousands of miles away from home on my own, in a country where my language skills were initially subpar. Even ordering a cup of coffee made me fearful of the mistakes and misunderstandings that would happen as I tried to communicate. But my fears were overcome once I put myself outside of my comfort zone, which is a sentiment that many of you articulated in your comments as well. You talked about speaking up and asking questions in class, and about reaching out to professors and peers, even when it wasn't the most comfortable thing to do. You talked about trying new things, even if you didn't always like them. You talked about how much you had learned from taking risks. When we took these chances, we learned to rebel against fear and the possibility of failure. We allowed our interests and our passions to be our guides. Number 2, you get out of it what you put into it. Today is an extraordinary day, but it was built on many ordinary days, and the ordinary days weren't always easy, nor were they handed to us. We faced numerous challenges, like courses that pushed us to think in different ways, problems that seemed unsolvable at first, and the hours that just didn't seem quite enough to fit everything in that we needed to do, like eat. But we found a way to fit it all in. We were in the lab, in student clubs, out in the community, and in the professor's office. And so what did we gain from all of these experiences? We grew as learners. We learned that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. We learned that a long paper isn't always a good paper. Quality, not quantity. We learned that wireless internet can be our best friend or our worst enemy. And finally, We gain the knowledge that these subjects we've studied are not just confined to the university. After graduating, we are not off the hook. Life is not a pass-fail course we cannot slip by with just 70% of our effort. We will get out of it what we put into it. Number 3, avoid assumptions. This idea came from a friend who jokingly told me that an important lesson he learned was to never assume age or gender at a costume party. He's out there among you. He told me I probably couldn't use this tidbit, but little did he know that this would allow me to think in a wider context about assumptions, which is what we are asked to do at the university. His comment addresses both not making assumptions about others and not letting others make assumptions about us, which is much easier said than done. We have probably all fallen victim to assumptions during these last few years at some point or another, not just at a costume party. For instance, perhaps some of us have doubted our major, especially after comments from others made us feel like we were majoring in how to be a burden on society. But then we were reassured after getting excited over a homework assignment or a class discussion that piqued our interest. Or perhaps we assumed we wouldn't like a course based on a comment we saw on Rate My Professor, only to find that this course inspired new thoughts and ideas within us. Or perhaps we knew exactly how our college years would turn out, only to be surprised by the twists and turns along the way. After all, how many of us are graduating in the exact same major that we started with on our first day? Some of us. Assumptions create a different kind of challenge wall. They stop us from paying attention to what is really going on around us, and they hinder us from delving below the surface of what's at hand. Instead, we must listen and observe the world around us as assumption-free as possible. And on the flip side, once we stop letting others' assumptions from holding us back, we are free to be ourselves. So what began as a lighthearted comment actually holds a very important lesson for us. So there you have it, the comments of the class of 2014. But these comments could not have been made without the support and encouragement of many of the people who share this arena with us today. We are grateful to the parents, spouses, children, and other family members who loved us and reassured us during these very transformative years. We are also thankful to the professors who challenged us to see the world from many different angles and who acted as our guides as we explored our chosen fields. Finally, we are thankful for the friends who were always there for us when we needed to chat and when we needed a few laughs as well. Their efforts and our efforts have allowed us to sign our challenge wall today. But our commentary doesn't stop here. As Mary Oliver so eloquently stated, we will be asked to make a comment each and every day. Boise State has given us the tools to face the challenge walls that may be in our future, and we can take what we've learned here wherever we may end up, including at costume parties. So today we have to move onward and think about what comments we want to make, because regardless of what we do, we are making comments all the time. But the last comments that I have for you today are, congratulations, class of 2014. Be fearless, be involved, be wary of assumptions, be a Bronco. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. It's so incredible what the life of one undergraduate, the difference it can make in the life of a university. And Jamie, you have proven that over and over again. Thank you for your remarks and for being so active at Boise State in your undergraduate days. We are now at the focal point of these ceremonies, the conferring of the degrees and certificates. We have 2,307 students eligible for graduation today, qualifying for 2,479 degrees or certificates. 529 of our students are completing their programs with honors, 34 summa cum laude, 161 magna cum laude, and 334 cum laude. We commend these students for their outstanding scholastic achievements. Since medieval times, university faculties have publicly conferred degrees to signify that graduates have successfully completed their prescribed course of study. And even though you don't know how fortunate you are, class of 2014, in those very early medieval days, you did not get your degree until you stood up on stage and delivered a sermon in Latin. We will not require that today. Since its inception, Boise State has held that the awarding of the diploma or the certificate is a moment of individual achievement, and thus has chosen to personally recognize each graduate, which we will do in a moment. Provost Shimp, will you please present the candidates for degrees earned?
I too wish to extend my congratulations and best wishes to the candidates. It's now my pleasure to present the candidates who've met the requirements and who have been recommended by the faculty for graduation. Will the candidates for doctoral degrees please rise? Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise? Will the candidates for graduation with baccalaureate degrees please rise? And will the candidates for associate degrees please rise? President Castro.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Boise State University, and upon the recommendations of the deans and the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate doctoral, master's, bachelor's, and associate degree or certificate with all the rights and privileges thereto.
Graduates, please be seated. It's now time to begin the individual recognition of each graduate in the order of degree and by college noted in your programs. Names will be read by Ann Price, Lecturer, Theater Arts Department, and Dr. Richard Clouch, Chair, Theater Arts Department. Mr. President, I present the candidates for a doctoral degree. Will the doctoral candidates and their faculty advisors please come forward?
Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, Amanda Lynn Bremner, hooded by Dr. Keith Teedy and Dean Richard Osguthorpe. Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, Jay Huang, hooded by Dr. Young Beck and Dean Richard Osguthorpe. Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, Casey Alexander Furriman, hooded by Dr. Keith Teedy and Dean Richard Osguthorpe. Doctor of Education in Curriculum and Instruction, Malia S. McCulley, hooded by Dr. Lee Ann Teisling and Dean Richard Osguthorpe. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Mahesh Satyanarayana Ailavachala, hooded by Dr. Maria Mitkova and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Sakarapani Balagopal, hooded by Dr. Vishal Saxena and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Martin Jared Barclay, hooded by Dr. Chris Campbell and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Sulmer Apolonia Fernandez Gutierrez, hooded by Dr. Jim Browning and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, James Allen Hall, Jr., hooded by Dr. Sing Ming Lu and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Joshua C. Kiepert, hooded by Dr. Sing Ming Lu and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Muhammad Rizwan Latif, hooded by Dr. Maria Mitkova and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical and Computer Engineering, Yuri Rogers, hooded by Dr. Vishal Saxena and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Geophysics, Michael Wayne Morrison, hooded by Dr. Paul Michaels and Dean Tony Rourke. Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, Patrick R. Cormus, hooded by Dr. James McNamara and Dean Tony Rourke. Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, Gordon Andrew Allenco, hooded by Dr. Darrell Butt and Dean Amy Mall. Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, Patrick M. Price, hooded by Dr. Darrell Butt and Dean Amy Mall.
A doctoral degree constitutes the highest achievement that a student can attain in the academic world, and thus, while the degree symbolizes the culmination of an individual's life as a student, it does not mean the end of learning. To the contrary, one who receives a doctoral degree bears a special responsibility to cultivate and disseminate learning through one's chosen field of endeavor. I congratulate you all on earning a doctoral degree and charge you to honor the special responsibility that this highest degree entails. Graduates, please be seated. I now ask that Dr. Jack Pelton, Dean of the Graduate College, and Dr. Chris Hill, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the master's degree graduates. And will the graduates receiving master's degrees please rise and come down to the front of the stage.
David Carl Armitage.
Tamara June West.
Angela Marie Stevens.
Erin Tabitha Salisbury.
Leah Rose Pentland.
Krista Marie Hafez.
Mona K. Jackson.
Christina Genevieve Parkin.
Jerry Lee Hendershot.
Tara Megan Feast.
Padma Gadapalli.
Sherilyn Deanne Blender.
Zachary Caleb Anderson.
Alex Leanne Carter.
Emily Jane Peterson.
Gregory Mark Andrade.
Michael August Babler.
Tracy Nadine Smith.
Go ahead. Douglas D. Wolf.
Bruce Allen Younger.
Rachel Ann Grimsrud.
Ginger Stinson Hunt. Tracy Inez Arner.
Mary Ellen Veach.
Heidi Lynn Gillespie.
Daniel James Oldham.
Tyson J. Chaplin. Donald Guy Robinson.
Zachary Michael Brown.
Joshua Carr Smith.
Allison Ann Ruoff.
Megan Melissa Storty.
Lupita N. Connor. Amanda L. Prongi.
Stephen Juan Gonzalez Escobedo.
Kimberly Joy Barnes.
Amy Elaine Winiger. Kelly Diane Shamber. Daniel Colin Massimino.
Samuel Vincent Stafford.
Sherry L. Drain.
Shay Davis.
Jeffrey Dillon Davis.
Nicholas Benjamin Wadsworth.
Joel Amoni Filani.
Sherry S. Kober.
Elizabeth Renee Torkelson.
Christy Lynn Arnold.
Tyler Franklin Johnson.
Rachel Lee Jones.
James Marion Kearns.
Carrie L. Nuskin.
Sanda Cosita Saramagic.
Christina Joy Sundgren.
Tyler Bennett Phillips. Stacy Christine Stanton.
Bridget Tucker Stigmeyer.
Jennifer N. Call.
Greg A. McMillan.
Scott Kerr Kelly.
Tess Rose Park.
Patrick J. Kilroy.
Michael T. Komeski.
Joseph R. Rarick.
Jesse McMullen.
Mark L. Bathrick.
Benjamin Arthur Parker.
Shyam Ramalingam.
Heather Dawn Kuntz.
Tatiana Weiss.
Curtis P. Gonzalez.
David Alexander Lang.
Chelsea Amanda Elder.
Joseph Falzone.
Jason C. Morales.
Meredith Ray Hotchkiss.
Jane Louise Cornfield.
Jennifer Marie Johnley.
Justin Baines.
Sherry A. Rumpel.
Patty Marie McClary.
Deanna Carlson.
Teresa Johnson Kuntz.
Jared David Koppenson.
Amanda Jane Sosa.
Sasha Kampich.
Stacy Elizabeth Olechea.
Brian Scott Horvath.
Jeffrey Scott Alger.
Karen Marie Bearlocker.
Cynthia Marie Stanton.
Tiffany Blair Smith.
Eris Neroda Carrasquillo.
Marielle Lauren Pedro Black.
Joelle Ann Rasmussen.
Tracy N. Smith.
Carrie Christine Knoll.
Robin S. Chamberlain.
And Shika Sharma.
Jamie LeRae Hess.
Ashley Therese Rohde.
Andrew Joseph Phillips.
Nathan DeGroot.
Taylor Lindsay Lee Roberts.
Eric Brian Warren.
Jamie Lynn Wade.
Brian Scott Blades.
Shanti Shoshiter.
Jeffrey S. Gander.
Tia Jean Peterson.
Tiana Raquel Powell.
Brandon Drew Smith.
Andrew James Kreiner.
Nicholas John Tatro.
Matthew Ryan White.
Thomas Wendell Atkins.
Gregory S. Little.
Amanda Rose Mumford.
Kelly Brian Suter.
Andrew K. Miller.
Danny Renee Walker Novi.
Malia P. Poller.
Andrew Jacob Mitzel.
Carson James Bedke.
Michelle Lynn Curley.
Tammy Joe Barenko.
Christy Michelle Babcock.
Nicole Adelaide Harold.
Sarah Celeste Haas.
Jordan Alexander Hacker.
Elizabeth Therese Spenner.
Amanda Marie Bratton.
Sydney Nicole Young.
Brooke Marie Bradley.
Dara Leanne Sears.
Courtney Ann Cuffey.
Anna Jarl Howard.
Amanda Kathleen Lundquist.
Krista Magdalene Stallworth.
Amy Christine Layton.
Kelly Bia Archibald.
Ivy Christine Merrill.
Sonia Sarato Rojas.
Roxy Lee Randolph.
Melissa Leanne Brady.
Lisa Thorison.
Deanna Wendland.
Erin Marie Lale.
Kylie Mariko Krill.
Daniel Weston Walker.
Maria Louise Walker.
Concepcion Yang Chi Morel.
Shoye Jin.
Yu Che Lin.
Christopher Ryan Stam.
Aaron Kelly Denny.
Chandler Ryan Koch.
Shen Shen Bai.
Neha Sharma.
Jacob Scott Martindale.
Mark Williama Rogers.
Ricardo Meia.
Hannah Ray Derrick.
Anthony John Pasalacqua.
Suzanne Marie Bresnahan.
Zachary Clark Pope.
Richard Elliott Janasek.
Paul Joseph Smith.
Ashley Cherie Hudson.
Dylan Eldred Tice.
James Henry Kwame.
Ellie Grace Annabelle Davis.
Heather Marie Luff.
Eleonora Somoza.
Michael K. Porter.
Drew Evan Alexander.
Esther LaRae Barney.
Amber Lynn Drobny.
Jennifer Hoyam Butler.
Anne Jeanette Abeta.
Nicholas V. Gaudioso Jr.
Justin Darren Adamson.
Ramona Elena Banjak.
Matthew Herbert Nagel.
Jamie K. Lang.
Megan Kaylee Lowry.
Mason Dwayne Sessions.
Justin Kyle Smith.
Connor Timothy Shim.
Joshua Scott Jensen.
Robert Jean Martin.
Sarah Gloria Frazee.
Brody Whitlock.
Sinea Sarush Katuri.
John Patrick McMahon.
Donald Eugene Sturdivant.
Melissa Ann Howard.
Ty K. Killian.
Tina Marie Townsend.
Lorena Sorensen.
Timothy Jonathan Walsh.
Yvette Lisa Jackson.
Kim Copeland.
Maritza Lorenzana.
Yesenia Apollonia Cantu.
Ashley Apollonia Ada Narvaez.
Leah Sawyer Baker.
And Jeanette Marie Monroe.
Somaya Najafi.
Rose Marie Ocker.
Kevin William Ayton.
Tyler Montgomery Allen.
Shehzad Ahmed.
Allison Marie Lippincott.
John Theodore Herrick.
Benjamin Sidney Reed.
Sean Thomas White.
Weston Shaw Tollefson.
Natalie Danielle Ross.
Gada Musle Amazraoui.
Carmen E. Uscola.
Sarah Catherine Clift.
April L. Vandigrift.
Tasha Faith Vinson.
Chase Lamar Twilley.
Stuart Wade Hill.
Matthew James Kerfoot.
Kyle Irvis Mulder. Dawn R. Juker.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Tony Rourke, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and Dr. C.J. Northrup, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences? And will the graduates receiving degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Brittany Pendleton.
Christopher Scott Link.
Carissa L. Austin.
Timothy R. Cussy.
Mary Catherine Alania.
John Luke Schimmel.
Samuel John Martin Clark.
Jessica Rose Weathers.
Kyle B. Christensen.
Amanda Michelle Reese.
Daniel Jim Fulford.
Justin D. Kelso.
Stephen Sean Haydendahl.
Jonathan E. Taylor.
Stephen Patrick Rosland.
Aaron James Packer.
Michael William Poole.
Alejandro V. Madrigal.
Catherine Diane Rainey.
Melissa Ryan House.
Lisa Howard.
Elizabeth Ann Cox.
Connor S. Ferris.
Wendy Maria Berkson.
Booker William All.
Tamra Nicole Olson.
Mark C. Harvickson.
Kristen Marv Griffith.
Mark Ryan White.
Louis Beach Hastings Jr.
Jessica Dawn Milanez.
Acinda Lynn Green.
Danielle Doreen Yarbrough.
Stephen M. Holbrook.
Jessica B. Leahy.
Tawny Alyn David.
Marco A. Amezquita.
Brett Joseph Van Papagum.
Tyler Kenneth Scoggins.
Jaretta M. Shoemaker.
Elizabeth Miranda Holcomb.
Travis Allen Smith.
Kelly C. Billings.
Brian David Hustler.
Jeffrey Allen Turner.
Kellen J. Blackman.
Arthur J. Derrick.
Violetta Giannina Tregoning.
Saray Forrest Davis.
Kathleen Lavina Cromwell.
Curtis Jaron Moore.
Teresa Gormley.
Rachel L. Barron.
Peggy Ann Jones.
Omar Al-Jabouri.
Laken R. Wilkening.
Matthew Walter Lewis.
Jenna Mariah Ingebrigtsen.
Juan Gomez.
Andrea Elizabeth Thompson.
Scott L. Antrim.
Shraddha Timilsina.
Russell Edward Duran.
Michael Francis Ireland.
Rebecca Lynn Brown.
Thomas Meisner.
Melissa Lee Hutchins.
Cynthia Lee Sycama.
Asra Abdul Wahab.
Emily Anna Fisk.
Mitchell Patrick Lewis.
Catherine Dean Westover.
Donovan Jacob Marion.
Peter Matthew DeFord.
Abigail Jane Kircher.
Sarah Dallas Selvucci Pullen.
Scott T. Bixler.
Rebecca Suzanne Clements.
Keisha Yvonne Young.
Stephen A. Jordan.
Jennifer Lynn Stradley.
Skylar V. Harris.
Jeanette Margaret English.
Arelis E. Galindo.
Jillian Charlotte Lumbert.
Jennifer Christian Ivy.
Jamie Irene Lundergreen.
Meredith Ann Martin.
Brittany K. Coles.
Veronica Schmidt.
Shayna Lene Everman.
Blake Dietz.
Tatum Ashley Remley.
Denise A. Kimpson.
Michael Thomas McManus.
Jennifer R. Leggett.
Julia B. Barnett.
Seoyeon Seun Lee.
Jamie R. Howard.
Chandra Marie DePriest.
Hope K. Freckleton.
Skip Sheffield.
Anne Marie DeWolf.
Julie Elaine Marker.
Stephen Michael Cooper.
Shalee Karen Orchard.
Nicole Lee Ankenbrandt.
Semyon Y. Itzakoff.
Bryn A. Rao.
Douglas McIntosh Jones.
Suzanne Craig.
Catherine K. Sexsmith.
Taylor Connell.
Lindsay M. Comstock.
Bridget B. Cenarius.
Rachel Jean Anderson.
Megan Marie Mills.
Anne Elizabeth Greep.
James Tyler Bates.
Megan Marie Fricky.
Jessica Ann Goldsberry.
Catherine Nicole Nelson.
Malia Elizabeth Bale.
Erica Renee Harvey.
Catherine L. Whalen.
Tiffany Marilyn Bingham.
Colin B. Sheffield.
Jacob Timothy Bingham.
Michelle K. Keene.
Catherine Elaine Smith.
Jenny Lynn Esplin.
Lauren Roy Davis.
Danielle Marie Forsberg.
Eric Isaiah Downs.
Kathleen Nancy Huguet.
Alexandra Juliet McLean.
Belinda Nadine Stearman.
Stephanie Claire Williams.
Veronica C. Hollingshead.
Iceland Kaylee Johns.
Catherine Elizabeth Yambura.
Lillian Allison McKinley.
Joe Elizabeth Buchanan.
Riley J. Clark.
Catherine I. Thornock.
Leah Yael Azul Sablan.
Christopher Vanderhoff.
Paula Christine Turner.
Chris Joseph Mentor.
Rachel Lee Hoppy.
Savannah Nicole Rice.
Nana S. Young.
Chloe Catherine Lombard.
Rachel Ann Prin.
Ryan Dean Reeves.
Patricia Wynn.
Jared Matos.
Kevin J. Stevenson.
Ryan M. Brecht.
Megan Lale.
Pete Levi Barnes.
Ashley Slinkard.
Ashley Ann Howell.
Kylie K. Reeby.
Aaron M. Fahey.
Michael Edward Olson.
Natalie Marie Holbert.
Daniel Patrick Melody.
Danielle Renee Lyon.
Lacey Janelle Rowland.
Matthew Kolsky.
Natasha J. Sylvia.
Shayla Jolene Schmidt.
Tally Gaskins.
Brian Benjamin Wagle.
Emily S. Wagner.
Marcus I. Youngberg.
Sarah L. Mead.
Amy Lynn Olson.
Mary Ellen Euchre.
Leah Michelle Cronin.
William Robert Adams.
Neil R. Drake.
Justin Allen Williams.
Christopher Becker.
Jake Nolan Wade.
Nicholas Allen King.
Jordan Wyatt Kreider.
Skylar Joseph Bedoin.
Jenna Wright.
Thomas Lee Shaw.
Mindy Nicole Thompson.
Kara Elaine Van Valkenburg.
Tiffany Elaine Smith.
Eric Christian Anderson.
Maria Lina Juarez.
Paige Christine Coyle.
Alejandra Garcia.
Alexandra Christine Aldecoa.
Connie Louise Townley.
Kelly Elizabeth Fox.
Chelsea Sue Seafeld.
Holly Ann Steffen.
Lauren Dale Weinstein.
Vincent James Trolia.
Aiden James Reed.
Tyson M. Anderson.
Nicholas LaFerriere.
Amy Lynn Heimer.
Charles Kenton Muscle.
Pamela Janae Craig.
Eric Holmes.
Adrian Chavez.
Jamie L. Hicks.
Scott Allen Watford.
Esteban Martin Saldivar.
Heath C. Shepard.
Ariel Rose Strasser.
McKenna Wilson.
Christopher J. Schnockenberg.
Sarah Jo Cantrell.
Jolene N. Kranz.
Angel Cruz Gomez.
Heather J. Johnston.
Albert Peretti.
Kayla Rose Hubbard.
Sarah Marie Patel.
Devin Thomas Nakano.
Amanda M. Folk.
Alexis Estelle Pickering.
Chelsea D. Hopla.
Ariana Bree Richard.
Ashley Elizabeth Clark.
Panos Panayotou.
Chelsea Alexandra Miller.
Carly Ann Perkins.
Krista Lynn Calloway.
Caitlin Martita Kukral.
Caitlin Erica Krejci.
Eva Renee Matushik.
Chantel Leanne Kelly.
Christina Michelle Zonter.
Joss Renee Giudicelli.
Alexander Pogue.
Azra Bojniak.
Alyssa Victoria Weplow.
Megan E. Holsclaw.
Mark Henry Wickstrom.
Gage W. Pulsifer.
Colton Lee Knopp.
Natalie O. Bennett.
Louis Albert Postiovsky.
Ashley M. Fife.
Teresa M. Thorne.
Alexa K. Barney.
Sarah J. Jordan.
Ronald L. Blackwell.
Amnursa Turolia.
James Joseph Geilinger.
Brooke Stedman. And
Please join
Sybil
us.
Letitia Gorla.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Kirk Smith, Associate Dean of the College of Business and Economics, and Dr. Diane Screwley-Pettis, Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Business and Economics. Will the graduates receiving degrees from the College of Business and Economics please rise and come to the front of the stage.
Josiah Raymond Sullivan.
Jeremy J. Stevens.
Zachariah P. Seal.
Maria Soto.
Nicholas Brady.
Cassandra Robertson.
Dustin L. Ayers.
Mary Wong.
Austin Hart.
James Jordan Pavo.
Anne Marie Baer.
Brooke Helmendaller.
Mari Lorenzo Briggs.
Lucy Wang.
Alexander David Mills.
Maurizio C. Gonzalez.
Matthew T. Miller.
Joanna Wangzi Louis.
Allison Sosnowski.
Dawn Lynn Schmidt.
Amber M. Groom.
Parker Williams Lyons,
Brandon M. Tarpley,
Alexander Ryan Heike,
Lacey Von Hopkins,
Benjamin Alex Tonak,
Andy Shunyu Lee,
Heidi Mae Janke,
Ronald Sherman Hilton Hurley,
Anna Whitney Stowell,
Chelsea Conlon,
Casey Marie Easton,
Christina Aylin Johnson,
Christopher Daniel Atkinson,
Trisha Ann Hoff,
Brandon Neil Young,
Nicole Marie Nixon,
Ralph Lyndon Counts,
Alma Alicia Cruces,
David Matthew Coles,
Tiana Rhodes,
Amanda Lynn Schofield,
Lana Mae Hudeberg,
Evangelina R. Ochoa,
Hannah Jordan Wiley,
Monica L. Braun,
Zachary Michael Turk,
Ellen Napolis,
Tristan Weiniger,
Jake Swartz,
Joseph Lee Coble,
Tanvir Morshed,
Eric Ongiono Seviano,
Jose Guadalupe Garcia,
Serafina Gladys Fletcher Oferdal,
Frederick Theodore Hogan,
Stephen James Bennett,
Caleb J. Rollins,
Nimi Sobi,
Elise S. Clemens,
Kang Trong Win,
Andrew T. Carnoso,
Alora Michaela LeBaron,
Jason Michael Ferreira,
Troy Michael Tillman Cunningham,
Patrick William Stroh,
Matthew Dimitri Johnston,
Daniel Dan,
Sydney Faye Porter,
Carly Colhane,
Jack Peng,
Michael Craig Feldner,
Clarissa Pauline Mendoza Abrena,
Donald Andrew Rieger,
Ashley Naomi Aguirre,
Philip Samuel Cravens,
Nathaniel Richard Jarvie,
Catherine Ann Schimmel,
Karen Lynn Lathrop,
William Gunnar Guth,
Joshua Scott Brenneman,
Vladimir Shelobay,
Jeanette Navarro,
Anna Clements,
Vivian Weiping Yu,
Blake Lynn Virginia Jacobs,
Amanda J. Brown,
Brooke Lynn Victoria Jacobs,
Ryan Nicole Roberts,
Chelsea Alexandra Welch,
Jessica Kathleen Hellwinkle,
Samuel David Cook,
Katrina Lauren Stamnitz,
Lindsay Danielle Langford,
Timothy Lee Johnson,
Alexi Page Hash,
William Bruce Harding,
Denver J. Dubree,
Hank N. Ray,
Erin Elizabeth Schroeder,
Mallory K. Asher,
Bradley J. Bankston,
Carl Jordan Argan,
Sabrina Uzette Valencourt,
Megan Marie Harvey,
Lindsay Catherine Ladwig,
Amanda Page Rayner,
Nicolette Ann Thomas,
Anna Hunt,
Ken Ludeman,
Michael Richard Ewing,
Brittany Nicole Carlson,
Dennis Adamarker,
Anastasia Leonova,
Cambria Ann Nicole Castor,
Layla Fethalian,
Jocelyn Jill Dessier,
Ekaterina Strebkova Harper,
Tiffany Elaine Jackson,
Natalie Lipkowitz,
Julie Marie Robinson,
Reagan Elizabeth Blackwood,
Jeffrey Roberts Budd,
Erin Lamar Nunnally,
Daniel A. Chimienti,
Sydney Marie Schaub,
Bethany Ann Watkins,
Catherine D. Everard,
Spencer Ryan Forthuber,
Elena Ray Norman,
Bryce Allen Liberty,
Devin Dean DeCruz,
Glenn Edward Walker,
Ty B. Pena,
Benina Ramirez,
Ahmed Halabi,
Jamie Fern Gallup,
David Lewis Kopke,
Curtis D. Wheeler,
Lazar Popovich,
Chelsea Nissen,
Matthew Tyler Summers,
Donnie Ray McKenzie Jr.,
Jared Christopher Palumbo,
Liberty Tao Ven,
Austin E. L. Lober,
Christopher Daniel Lloyd,
Derek John Peterson,
Jacob Wayne Yoneda,
Joshua Michael Sattler,
Alexandra Lee,
Travis C. Kronstad,
Brian Lee Smith,
Nicholas Perry Staub,
Cassandra Beth Sullivan,
Tucker Garth McKenzie,
Douglas R. Avera,
Sheila Lamar,
Lucas Arthur Westcott.
Thomas D. Broclay.
Samuel D. Hood.
Rebecca Ann Reich.
Sean M. DeFady.
Edward John Hennigan.
Heather Ann Hart.
Taylor Ruth Ann Sievers.
Joshua L. Haugen.
Kelsey Renee Solberg.
Cameron Clark Huffman.
Tate Newell.
Slobodanka Hodgic.
Vijay Kumar Singh.
Dylan Leonard Zarpentine.
Jordan Ross Walker.
Abdul Rahman Faraj Alyami.
Brandon C. Clark.
Mashari Saad Alamar.
Evan Christopher Izet.
Erasmo Castro Torres.
Ryan Michael Houlihan.
Tran Van Trong.
Matthew Daniel Goodwin.
Michael David Lipschultz.
Nicole Courtney McMurray.
Heather Ann Johnson.
Lauren Hodder.
Amy Janace Modglin.
Shane Taylor Coltis.
Elizabeth A. Nenny.
Kaylee Munson.
Brianna Nicole Bird.
Marie Rose Koshelski.
Taylor C. Smith.
Casey Aaron Howell.
Tabitha Crystal Jeffries.
Mark William Dance.
Ryan Emil Schaefer.
Sean A. Spence.
Michelle Mary Shaznowski.
Arturo Haquinde.
Solomon Christopher Guthrie.
Matthew James Ivy.
Alejandro Castellan Jr.
Eric Leonard Chandler.
Becca Lynn Dummer.
Lee Brett Rasmussen.
Austin Floge.
Darnell Cujillo Lee Waitman.
Brittany Lynn Bachman Lang.
Landon David Newell.
Reba Irene Barnwell.
Carolyn Erin Hughes.
Jeremy Frank Newman.
Patrick Johnson.
Emily Diane Kozavedich.
Hattie Ann Scott.
Jennifer K. Witt.
Andy Wynn.
Thomas A. Fisher III.
Hong Win.
Lamar K. Berry.
Brian Thomas Richard.
David Everett Johnstone.
Barbara Greer Sansusi.
Stacia Gittican.
Rodney Jordan Skiles.
Amber Ann Barber.
Tucker D. Olson.
Christopher Dale Dant.
Jared William Campesino.
Matthew Lee Durbridge.
Candace N. Carmichael.
Robert Thomas Gaworski.
Christopher J. Stevens.
Alexander William Robbie.
Breckany Rose Byers.
Roxanne E. Mays.
Bader Almasur.
Robert Gregory Mann.
Kara Caitlin Duckett.
Margaret Ann Isaac. John Michael Davis.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Richard Osgathorpe, Dean of the College of Education, and Dr. Ronald Pfeiffer, Interim Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Education? And will the graduates from the College of Education please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Mary Catherine Davis.
Jordan R. Kyler.
Caitlin Elizabeth Duckin.
Whitney Morgan Manlove.
Elisa Rose Villanueva.
Cody D. Suter.
Cindy Kiabeth Martinez.
Talon Robert Blackmore.
Alexandra Elizabeth Seitz.
Courtney Brianne Corcoran.
Christine Carlson.
Taylor B. Mallory.
Dana Carey Johnson.
Jacob Devin Gentry.
Shaida Lilibeth Galindo.
Brody J. Parrott.
Lindsay Michelle Laubin.
Andrew Reed McCashlin.
Rebecca Ann Page.
Colin Sessick.
Jordan May Burnham.
Chelsea Renee Ray.
Rebecca Suzanne Burkett.
Dane Scott Turner.
Glenn Matthew Austin.
Gregory Floyd Sumshin.
Mallory Bauer.
Lucy Ann Mercado.
Jenna M. Carlson.
Christian Tyler Brown.
Amanda K. Yagelo.
Connie L. Shipley.
Sherry Ann Hutto.
Chad A. Garno.
Krista Marie Allen.
Kelly Mikiala Hayase.
Annalise L. Payne.
Kylie Ziona Morse.
Amanda Berrio.
Katie Rachel Crevachane.
Seth Reed.
Crystal Denise Kangas Haynes.
Linda Patricia Rosario Cruz.
Samantha Ann Jones.
Laura Ann Geyer.
Autumn M. Reese.
Cassandra A. Molin.
Kelsey May Sands.
Chelsea Nell Johnston.
Lauren C. Lucas.
Candace Leanne Atkins.
Madeline Manny Olson.
Linda Kepler.
Kelsey Lovell.
Maria Elena Martinez.
Caitlin M. Glaspie.
Casey Carson.
Carrie C. Dunn.
Michelle Ann Kuzul.
Michelle Lee Castor.
Ann E. Buckley.
Amanda Jo Kirschner.
Courtney R. Poncia.
Kylie Ray Werner.
Courtney Thelma Ha.
Richard Lewis Smith.
Stacy Brooke McKenna.
Tierin Elizabeth Treadway.
Jeannie Marie Crossley.
Robin Ann Stroop.
Jennifer Lynn Castriconi.
Rebecca Joelle Wenzinger.
Jason Jacob Coster.
Rachel Sarah Grossman.
Ashley Jane Holverson.
Kirsten Elizabeth Martin.
Tiara R. Keener.
Brandy Ann Hanshow.
Rachel Florence Kennison.
Samantha Page Hill.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Amy Mall, Dean of the College of Engineering, and Dr. Rebecca Mirsky, Interim Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Engineering. Will the graduates from the College of Engineering please rise and come to the front of the stage?
Jacob Montgomery Norris.
Levi Nathaniel Holt.
Lauren Elizabeth Nuxall.
Calvin Zane Brown.
Drew Allen Hopkins.
Evan Leroy Huff.
Lucas Jason Marsh.
Ryan Arlen Chilcote.
Luke Joseph Rowley.
Taylor Joseph Baggs.
Spencer Marcus Neufeld.
Perry Thomas Braun.
Michael Stephen Nasland.
Darren Gregory Wendell.
Evan John Racemius.
Kyle W. Brush.
Paul R. Durr.
Byron H. Walker.
Ryan Earl Nelson.
Ryan James Emmel.
Shadow Richard Vincent Jungenberg.
Ariel Sharon Dreyer.
Nicholas Robert Watson.
Andrew C. Barnes.
James Joseph Shaver.
Robert S. Sherrick.
Kevin C. Hanners.
Chase Stephen Cooper.
Nicole Leros.
Daniel Neal Bowl.
Tasha Jean Buss.
Andrew Dawson Skidgel.
Damir Fazil.
Anthony Christensen.
Lance Kenneth Patton.
John Scott Steen.
Megan E. Beck.
Brad Thomas Duplantier.
Wiley T. Foss.
Walter E. Becker.
Gary Wayne Mitchell.
Matthew Robert Picotti.
Koyuki Hannah Fritchman.
Jordan Michael Garbett.
Matthew W. Schroll.
Kirk Michael Paul.
Ian Gregory Dalzo.
Joey Taylor Paul.
Lemark Stephen Forbes Snowball.
Brian David McMillan.
Tawna Michelle Groom.
Brooke Spencer Garner.
Michael Ray Buckles.
Cameron Michael Allen.
Logan Michael Winterholler.
Derek Stephen Wade.
Brandon Wayne Harper.
Jake Anthony Broyles.
Roberto Almanza.
Robert Blake Ragland.
Zachary Michael Christensen.
Ali Abraham.
Shailis Bahadur Quirala.
Stephen Braden Stotts.
David Santiago Tamayo.
Janos Cherna.
Jason Lineweber,
Brianne Nicole Stewart,
Tyler Nicole,
Scott M. Roskins,
Michael Scott Sidaway,
Mitchell Dean Petronic,
Brian Danby,
Jeffrey Aaron Rayburn,
Carrie Lynn Rager,
Craig Rourke,
Tung Ho,
Jeanette Yvonne Brooks,
Luke N. Ganshaw,
Chance N. Maston,
Gray Oliver Beaudry,
Brad A. Whipple,
Shane Charles Saxton,
Farazdak Mohammed Jafar Amasiabi,
Kenneth R. Boylan,
Jacob Davis Strength,
Samuel Meekum,
Patrick R. Dodgen,
Brett Jared Law,
Drake Cameron Gebhardt,
Christine Joy Goharko,
Kevin Michael Byrne,
Ambibola S. Hodonu,
Daryl Allen Draney,
Emily Danielle White,
Joel Curl,
Riley Smith,
Philip Anthony Birchfield,
Andrew Jason Nodler,
John Ethan Bonner,
Clint Cartwright,
Stuart W. Sailors,
Michael Joseph Shoei,
Kyle Robert Witherspoon,
Donald Vosser,
Cody M. McConkey,
Tony Earl Christensen,
Luke Wyatt Weaver,
Jacob James O'Brien,
Zane Ashton Roberts,
Sheila Gail McCauley,
Tyler J. Young,
Evan Rust,
Brooke D. Baylog,
Roxanne Nicole Stone,
Erica Elizabeth Morrill,
Kevin Robert Martinez,
Michael Murty Eldred,
Andrew W. Walker,
Christopher John Bokitis,
Jingnan Guo,
Brandon Pratt Lee,
Haitien Xu,
Dylan W. Sherrick,
Albert T. Palacios,
Zachary Daniel Harris,
Jake McCabe Craiglow,
Mohammed Iqbal Kaliki,
Holton White,
Yalda Kaliki,
Kyle J. Cashmitter,
Jared M. Austin,
Randy Mitchell Hamilton,
Sasha Rickman,
Neil Kuichi Miyaoka,
Nilab Mohammed Musa,
Carl A. Stuckey,
Cody Andrus,
James Richard Hart,
Kai Lance Boschma, Roman Joseph Wisniewski.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Tim Dunnigan, Dean of the College of Health Sciences, and Dr. Dale Stevenson, Chair of the Department of Community and Environmental Health, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Health Sciences. And will the graduates from the College of Health Sciences please rise and come to the front of the stage.
Owen Michael Harris,
Paige Schultz,
Melissa Bechirovich,
Mark B. Fiji,
Melissa Marie Renneker,
Deanne Beckham,
Garrett Wayne Sweet,
Chanda Neff,
Rachel Lena Heaney,
Judy Louie,
Olivia Shea Harrow,
Katie Adams,
Alexandra Storm Pfeiffer,
Jessica B. Dunham,
Catherine Nicole O-Ring,
Angela Marie Freeman,
Rebecca Joy Wolverton,
Shiloh Dawn Waltman,
Brittany Celeste Rammert,
Emily Ann Smith,
Anna M. Kerner,
Amanda Nicole Kozlowski,
Brianna Joe Gordon,
Janae Root,
Philip T. Marquez,
Stuart Scott Hartley,
Andrew Lynn Prater,
Christina Marie Najmabadi,
Candice Marie Letter,
Courtney Rianne Kemp,
Harry Zola,
Daniel James Eichison,
Ashley Marie Cataldi,
Cody Taylor Huckvale,
Monica Doe,
Chantel Lee Furinger,
Nida Rieswich,
Rebecca Roy,
Jared Marshall Samples,
Denise Ann Odom,
Sarah Rachel Green,
Heather Ann Yaden,
Michael Clayton Reynolds,
Elizabeth Gulick,
Dustin Allen Kroll,
Kyle James Womeldorf,
Wanda Atau Camacho,
Chase Randall Ricker,
Pamela Renee Holtree,
Katie M. Freeman,
Philip Michael Burkett,
Bobby C.S. Fuller,
Kayla D. Christensen,
Leah Elizabeth Sailors,
Candace Ann Christensen,
Eileen Salas Benavente,
Kayla Joe Smasny,
Mark Blues,
Kelsey R. Martin,
Joseph Angelo Antonucci,
Hannah Michelle Yoakum,
Jada Marissa Alexander,
Shauna Rankin,
Serena Dawn Crosby,
Mirsada Abdic Misinovic,
Maria de Lourdes Mason,
Julie L. Crawford,
Laura K. McConaughey,
Deborah Marie Walker,
Benjamin Scott Davidson,
Walter Ryan Ackatz,
Erin Alyssa Anderson,
Mark J. Barnett,
Jessica Lynn Quisenberry,
Jacob Crawford,
Tyler W. Piquel,
Megan Renee Friesmiddle,
Melissa A. Smedegard,
Janica Maureen Harris,
Saren Kim,
Jennifer Lynn Clough,
Elizabeth Haikova,
Casey M. Rindlisbacher,
Zachary B. Toomey,
Monique Michelle Betty,
Tracy Donna Sedano,
Craig Baker,
Kimberly Thompson,
Leighton Murray,
Catalina Melissa Duran,
Zachary James Pankratz,
Stacy Eileen Sigmund,
Ryan Timothy Gray,
Stephanie Marie Upshaw Sunken,
Diana Nicole Gray,
Darlie Min Ong,
Dustin Lynn Porter,
Alicia Leanne Schmidt,
Erin Alma Blansett,
Sasha Berget Watts-Jold,
Camille Faye Stover,
Jacob Carlton Gear,
Ashley Carlstad,
Sarah Marie Elliott,
Chelsea Marissa Brody,
Megan Christine Paulson,
Amanda Virginia Robleski,
Brent Leslie Lemons,
Lonnie Richard Niadlik,
Elizabeth Louise Kimball,
Jordan Chad Brewster,
Keith Scheidemantel,
Cassandra Gabrielle LeBeau,
Jose R. Saucedo,
John Curtis Hickey,
Paul Edward Blaisdell,
Philip Nicholas Campbell,
Keely Ray Wolf,
Shelby Ann Belknap,
Bethany Martinez,
William Jordan Brown,
Ryan Christopher Kingsley,
Jennifer Lauren Freeman,
Jason Moorfield,
Stephanie Grace Horibi,
Shane E. Cusick,
Phoenix Nicole Alonso,
Scott Hedrick,
Nicole Lynn Thomas,
Karen K. Bermansolo,
Annette Robillard,
Matthew McKay Willis,
Shure Baxter,
Lauren Marie Kramer,
Teresa Lee D'Ambrosio,
Kelsey Lee Bordewick,
Lisa Ann Kavarik,
Rio Peterson,
Sarah Elizabeth Smith,
Monica Lee Million,
Elizabeth Marissa Jorgensen, Sarah
Ann Christler,
Juliana Linan,
Jessica Rubin,
Taylor Christine Jones,
DePriest Prado,
Brennan Georgia Duncan,
Sarah Jean Spencer,
Amanda Jean Hill,
Donna Ray Salazar,
Shayla Ritchie,
Jessica Ann Kelly Bickford,
Kristen Marie Koprowski,
Nicole Elizabeth Schrock,
Caitlin Marie Neufeld,
Julie Marie Holm,
Hillary Ann Hoppy,
Elizabeth Ann Patilla,
Alicia K. Hawk,
Benjamin R. Swenson,
Anna Michelle McCowan,
Andrew N. Geske,
Catherine Lynn Delmain,
Maria Dolores Leon,
Jennifer Lee Obroy,
Sarah Elizabeth Ellsworth,
Angela Marie Pullen,
Joseph David Hartman,
Nomar Sengdeng,
Mark Allen McLaughlin,
Amy Lee Weatherman,
Matthew D. Kittleston,
Shaheen Jamal,
Lindy Louise Call,
Yvonne Rebecca Eversole,
Catherine Dixon,
Allison K. Babcock Burns,
Marley L. Barton,
Derek Ryan McDowell,
Sierra Courtney.
Cindy Ann Barnes.
Ashley Lynn Hartley.
Christian Ahi Kahaunaile Unanusi.
Jacob Roy Scholes.
Anna Maria Vidolis.
Mikkel Tan.
Jillian Carey Peterson.
Philip Tremaine Hobbs.
Dorothy Lynn Brusky.
Chelsea Marie White.
Mervyn R. Newbold.
William Baptiste Riley.
Leslie M. Jensen.
Jamie L. Bjorkland.
Catherine Michelle B. Leon.
Mohammed Abdulaziz Al-Mehawes.
Brittany Turkenberg.
Joshua Marcus Norton.
Mackenzie Catherine Hickle.
Dorothy Elizabeth Omelia.
Chana K. Case.
Douglas Theodore Stubbs Jr.
Clint J. Colby.
Please join us in congratulating these graduates. Graduates, please be seated. Will Dr. Shelton Woods, Interim Dean of the College of Social Sciences and Public Affairs, and Dr. Les Alm, Interim Associate Dean, please come forward and recognize the graduates from the College of Social Sciences and Public Affairs. And will the graduates receiving degrees from the College of Social Sciences and Public Affairs please rise and come to the front of the stage.
Jennifer Matoski.
Amanda J. Schrock.
Christina Lynn James.
Hillary Barbie McCarthy.
Natalie Nicole Smith.
Megan Olisa Augsbury.
Courtney Michelle Boyce.
Taylor Simone Carter.
Bailey Arlene Pina.
Melinda G. Meeks.
Adam Michael Bierman.
Kelsey Jane Sparrow.
Mackenzie Alina Flanagan.
Susan Irene Faafili Brent.
Catherine Elizabeth Holman.
Carlo Della Cruz Mercedi.
Margaret Lee George.
Brittany Ann May.
Sandra K. Sanchez.
Jason B. Vial.
Jacinth Romeo Ubay Fernandez.
Sarah K. Stoppa.
Taylor Nicholas Thornton.
Haley Joelle Leach.
Elizabeth Stadley.
Matthew Christopher Van Urik.
Sierra Brand.
Paul Eric Sindlinger.
Brittany Ellen Barnes.
Colton Paul Henshaw.
Jody B. Wolverton.
Ryan Thomas Motes.
Ashley Midori Cox.
Ava Mozafari.
Cormac Kopp.
Carl Blair Anderson.
Coram Dumaine Isley.
Fred Philip Meager.
John Patrick McMahon.
Ben Casey.
Tyler James Ratcliffe.
Kristen Marie Gidry.
Tara Malari Nacino.
Colleen Michelle Johnson.
Blake Wesley Backerich.
Jennifer Ann Scott.
Stuart Ray Colsnow.
Cassie Jo Warren.
Heather Mosqueda Christ.
Colleen Aurelia Riggs.
Nancy G. Hernandez Martinez.
Michael Joseph Pennington.
Alyssa Ray Yao.
Matthew William Rapatoni.
Callie Mae Park Neal.
Matthew Fortuna.
Cheyenne Merle Heiner.
Teresa E. Solis.
Katie Louise Davis.
Veronica Ermelinda Martinez.
Jennifer June Connor.
Abraham Calderon.
Ryan Edward Gregg.
Jesus Ociel Salazar.
Angela M. Lee.
Maribel Cortez.
Caitlin Maureen Bailey.
Christopher Ziegler.
Theodore John Dickinson Sr.
Anissa Faye Bryant.
Matthew Philip Fulmer.
Morgan Elizabeth Basil.
Shayna Day Rich Gorgon.
Tara Elise Nieder.
Delaney Virginia Smith.
Jessica R. Pritikin.
Ryan Nicole Carmen.
Adam Keith Gentle.
Mallory Elizabeth Haynes.
Nicole Ovia Beeson.
Brandy Lee Chettis.
Courtney Marie Kleckner.
Russell Alexander Stobbs.
Jeffrey Raid Bergstrom.
Elizabeth Ann Welk,
Alexander Paul Satterley,
Kristen Lee Casson,
Casey L. Smart,
Rachel Elizabeth Donnelly,
Stephanie Bierhaus,
Christina Suzanne Yurko,
Maria Barbara Contreras,
Hayden Marie Carey,
Damian M. Valle,
Brianne Elizabeth Salvas,
Sterling Tyson Swafford,
Kylie Marie Falk,
Rusty Glenn Colburn,
Ashley Samantha Francois,
Emily A. Gallego,
Mandy Jo Bravo,
Molly Valaschini,
Janetta K. Law,
Elizabeth Fitzgerald Orchid Constantino,
Paul D. Crossley,
Melinda Lee Wells,
Aaliyah Whitney Parrish,
Aubrey Hollingshead,
Dustin Lawrence Higgins,
Matthew Dean Cassina Koob,
Joseph Reed Pierce,
Maxwell James Showers,
Tyler Garrett Coleman,
Brianne Hansen,
Elena Brooklyn Sagan,
Juliana Rose McKay,
Chanel Laura Ridling,
Sarah Catherine Hoops,
Sarah Ray Brock,
Catherine Maxie MacArthur,
Caitlin Ann O'Very,
Lindsay Marie Walters,
Melanie K. Slack,
Robin Lee Jensen,
William T. Boonsana,
Brooke Sue Tobacco,
Eric S. Naylor,
Elizabeth Marie Johnson,
Elizabeth Adams,
Patrick Dennis John Algren,
Kimberly McGordy,
Michael Burton Bartz II,
Sarah Juarez,
Cody David Olson,
Jacob Howard Placido,
Jessica Ray Nelson,
Alyssa Raylene Winnie,
Aaron A. Elfering,
Christina Lee Torkelson,
Dakota Reed,
Alex Taylor Johnson,
Meliza Geraldine Lang,
Felice Marie Walters,
Jordan Monroe,
Christine Ann Bridges,
Brandon K. Renninger,
Trevor Aaron Kestner,
Michael Gregory Fitch,
Nancy Pound,
Kelsey Kayleen White,
Sean Michael Thomas Fuchs,
Carolyn Elizabeth Dennis,
Bree E. Honbaum,
Travis L. Job,
Terry Lynn Davis,
Richard Villagomez Salas,
Alicia Nicole Asbury,
Sarah M. Snyder,
Patrick James Conkey,
Sean Wade Wheeler,
Danielle R. Costa,
Cody Sims,
Sarah J. Sherman,
Emily Ann McClintock,
Maya Gomez Frody,
Joseph Daniel Thiessen,
Devante D. Johnson,
Wesley James Coster,
Jesse James Oliver,
Tobiah Carl Mogavero,
Joseph Daniel Barklow,
Kyla T. Griffith,
Bryce Edward Dunham Zemberi,
Kamei A. Emily,
Sarah Christine Wilder,
Sean Day Denham,
Kirsten Carol Atkinson,
Alexis A. Durfee,
Stella Saltaga,
Katrina Denise Tutor,
Lacey Sage Larson,
Caitlin Darlene Barton,
Haley Elizabeth Ross,
Justin Lewis Zwald,
Kristen May Falconer,
Paige L. Cooper,
Jessica Lynn Cowan,
John Ryan Regis,
Jeremy Matthew Davidson,
Casey Joe Abels,
Ryan Thomas Grimsley,
Aaron E. Krutbrosh,
Ashley Marie Farnsworth,
Amelia Gale Town,
Audrey Elizabeth Edisvold,
Jamie Polson,
Lauren Elizabeth Jacob,
Whitney Adair Hill,
Maxwell Arthur Hazlitt,
Brooke Noel St. Marie,
Jana Marie Mansfield,
Cody Leanne Stanley,
Dorothy Elizabeth Petty,
John Norman Garrettson,
Stacy Lee Carson,
Brandon James Smith,
Kenneth James Winkleman,
Erica Ruth Winkler,
Ellie Ashley G,
Brittany Ann Johnson,
Davida Marie Eichner,
Candace Emily Burns,
Kayla A. Chang,
Rachel Rose Hendershot,
Dylan A. Williams,
Rachel Shea Lane,
Maximilian Graham Peterson,
Jeffrey Robert Braun,
Kevin Haynes,
Matthew Joseph Miller,
Ryan A. Watkins,
Rachel Lee Walter,
Alessandra Sinfio,
Madeline Parker,
Ivana Chica Oche Odedo,
Megan Elaine Davis, Davis.
Britton James Russell.
Karine Carpintero.
Bibi Banu Katya Nemi.
Hannah Rose Zavaleta.
Michael Paul Kreider.
Lucas D. Moncrief.
Danielle Marie Mills.
Corey James Morgan Leacoff.
Vicky Sarah Bright.
Ruben Ibarra II.
Nina Lynn Lewis.
Jenna Elizabeth Lujan.
Amanda Sue Roberts.
Gregory Charles Bowens.
Summer Ann Wilson.
Catherine Ann Proctor.
Alyssa K. Clark.
Arius Dare.
Nicole Sellers.
Alexander J. Dahlman.
Matthew Blaze McDaniel.
Jessica L. Tornga.
Daria Urso.
Michelle Lynn Wilson.
Nikhil L. Ball.
Stephanie Christine Johnson.
Mary C. Hagedon.
Nathan R. Aiken.
Misty Dawn Tolman.
Amanda Lee Lynch.
Mitchell Wayne Christensen.
Sarah Jean Couture.
Haley Lucille Wiedemann.
Kyle Manuel Brazil.
Catherine Barney.
Thomas R. Weeks.
Kimberly Christine Hamaker.
Casey Nicole Rose.
Christy Lakin Brunstad.
Allison A. Clarkson.
Jeffrey Thomas Holm.
Christine Brianne Kirshinman.
Colleen Joan Asher.
Diana Margaret Lee.
Dominique Juarez.
Madeline Ray McDevitt.
Taylor Elise Robbins.
Tylen Laura Hughes.
Jessica O'Donnell.
Ryan Thomas Armbruster.
Katie Burnett.
Felicia D. Lunsford.
Tasha Irene Lundquist.
Haven N. Hayes.
Rhonda R. Lastar.
Nicholas Wayne Howard.
Brad A. Miller.
Landon Aguilar.
Amanda Sue Cronick.
Joe Perry.
Elizabeth Owens.
Joe Karaski.
Michelle Lynn Collings.
Taylor K. Williamson.
Chelsea Andrea Davis.
Danielle C. Cummins.
Nicholas Millerin.
Sharna Danielle Barnard.
Demery Beal.
Allison Michelle Liebig.
Amber Nicole Kidd.
Cindy K. Hulla.
Lydia Ruth Blackwell.
Kalina Nadine Moriarty.
Victoria Kathleen Murphy.
Joy Amber Garrison.
Shlomo Baruch Kostenko.
Kyle James Robb.
Kathleen Augusta Cockrum.
Bryce Charles Bergevin.
Rachel Lee Thrasher.
Bobby Mueller.
Brett Wilkins.
Jaden Tyler Grotis.
Matthew Richard Thorison.
Asia Koule Peters.
James Cole Thorison.
Vanessa Rios.
Wesley Joseph Webb.
Gail Lynn Bolander.
John Wynn.
Amber Lynn Bennett.
Jacob Mark Davis.
Nicole Marie Miller.
Mercedes Dawn Pearson.
Samantha Joan Gardner.
Eric John Fieldstadt II.
Jonathan Lewis Houston.
Suzanne Renee Albert.
Benjamin H. Demmel.
Robbie Lee Washington.
Brian D. Owen.
Sherry L. Turner.
Seth W. Vick.
Evan Tullis Anderson.
Casey Wayne Bauer.
Marissa C. Shortino.
Amanda Jean Smith.
Joshua Lee Hedrick.
Letitia Zeline Kobiski.
Jasmine Lizeth Olmedo.
Etienne Betentu Chibwabwa.
Marisol Garcia.
Stacy Lee Diambra.
Michelle Nicole Dolhanic.
Cassandra Corrine Nichols.
Holly M. Ake.
Christopher Heron Ward.
Megan Christine Matthews.
Holly B. Bernard.
Miriam A. Forrest.
Emily Mose.
Casey Janine Hansel.
Aliana Wintermote.
Destiny Denise Marie Doherty.
Mitchell H. Brinton.
Gregory Allen Murray.
Audrey Rogers.
Victoria Blade Goodson.
Nicole L. Ingantera.
Kayla W. Caban.
Kristen Iris.
Cassandra M. L. McIntosh.
Emily Page Doobie.
Karina Aguilera.
Katie Higgins.
Anthony Wayne Wilbur.
Natalie Renee Zerfus.
Darby Lucinda Lusk.
Tyler C. Richelieu.
Brady James Johnston.
Kyle Walter Crucy.
Emily Diane Baird.
Ryan Christian Nomoto.
Riley Anderson Fuller.
Michelle Lee Gordon.
Daniela Marie Stratton.
Katie Lynn Erickson.
Ashley Katrina Thorson.
Hillary Brooke Contour.
Nicole Catherine Hansen.
Norman Eric Kaler.
Gregory Cheney.
Mandy Deanne Carabinas.
Abigail Leilani McNeely.
Stephen Anthony Viola.
Scott Sharp.
Logan E. Weiss.
Jaron Crane.
Isabel Lauren Corona.
Anthony Troy Loaders.
Michael Edward Miller.
Jacob D. Hardy.
Chase C.S. Forey.
Kevin William Riley.
Ellen Renee Parton.
Lori Robin Sprague.
Jonathan Barrow.
Janice Kelly Gonzalez.
Lena R. Allen.
Maddie Dye.
Dustin Thomas Reynolds.
Cody-Ann Elena DeHaas.
Shauna Lynn Stauffenberg.
Crystal Sierra Kennedy.
Ricky Lynn Knight.
Melissa Dawn Mitchell.
Samuel S. Lewis.
Janelle Baker.
Emily Stewart Marshall.
Shauna Miller.
Ethan Robert Snell.
Robert Michael Linarts.
Jonathan Michael Aceves.
Ryan W. Lindsay.
Megan Elizabeth Rule.
Blaine Ottinger.
Miranda Dawn Perry.
Taylor Stephen Woods.
Michael Sean Slover.
Congratulations, graduates. Please be seated.
Thank you. It's still Saturday, and the closing music this afternoon will be performed by the Boise State Meister Singers, directed by Dr. Michael Porter. They will be performing Le Bois, Boise State's alma mater, music by J.L. Strachan, arranged by Jared Cole Sorum, with words by H. Moore. I ask that everyone please stand for the presentation of our alma mater.
Boise State beautiful, Boise State wonderful, here alma mater, the praise from our lips, shine from the strength of the Idaho forest, shine from the hills where the western sun dips. Bring us in honor to tasks of the future, help us in dignity forward to go. Shine in our hearts, alma mater beloved. Cast thy warm light on the lives of us all. Boise State beautiful, Boise State wonderful. Hear, alma mater, the praise from our lips. Shine from the strength of the Idaho forest,
Thank you very much, Dr. Porter and the Meister Singers. Excellent, beautiful. Thank you. Graduates, please be seated. We're in the stretch here. You have all played a critical role in the life of this university. You attended Boise State in a dynamic and transformational period in our proud history. As increasing numbers of students from across Idaho and beyond come to Boise State, campus life is enriched immeasurably, aiding to the chemistry that turns a university campus into a living and learning community. Never forget the role that each and every one of you have played in building this great university and contributing to the quality and value of the Boise State degree. Indeed, your role as we look back on this day and your time here will be recognized as one of the building blocks that empowered Boise State to serve a stronger Idaho, to build our state and regional economy, and to improve the civic fabric of this very special place we call home. And remember this, no matter where your life takes you, you will always be a Bronco. You will always have a place here at Boise State. On behalf of the Boise State University Alumni Association, I want to welcome you as our newest alumni, a designation that entitles you to lifelong solicitations from Boise State University. On a more serious note, we sincerely invite you to join the ranks of the thousands of fellow graduates who have elected to remain connected, to celebrate life's achievements together, and to unite in an effort to give back in support of future Broncos. To demonstrate the growing influence and the membership of the Boise State alumni in the audience today, I'd ask our alumni to please stand and be recognized so we can greet you. Thank you. In a moment, the Boise State University faculty will recognize the achievements of the class of 2014 with our traditional honor march. Led by Dr. Stephen Crowley, the president of the Faculty Senate, our faculty will applaud our new graduates for their hard work and dedication to complete a degree of study and a way of wishing them the very best as they step into the next phase of their lives. After the ceremony, we implore our guests, please join us at the college receptions in the field between the Student Union Building and the Appleton tennis courts. Shuttle buses are available at the front of the arena to help graduates and family and friends get to and from the reception area. And you may have noticed on your way over here that we have dramatically improved our front door, the administration building. You see it up there on the video screen, with a new huge B. Looks like it's 5 stories tall. It's not exactly, but guess what? That is a perfect backdrop for graduation photos, and the class of 2014 becomes the very first class to begin what we hope is a great tradition at Boise State University. And now, will all the graduates please rise? Those graduates who are receiving a baccalaureate degree, associate degree, or certificate, please signify in unison the completion of your graduation by moving your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations, graduates. Thanks so much to our guests for joining us today.